Hello everyone, we'll be streaming this arena qualifier. It is open arena number 5 for the Bughouse World Championship. So right now we're watching 111 Michael and Y both G. Let's see who else is here. Oh, hold on, Ding is here. Let's check out Ding. Alright, we're gonna watch Ding for a bit. His team has already qualified. So in theory, he's not supposed to be playing since he's already qualified. Um, in theory, we're letting people play with different partners, but not the same partner. So the threat is knight at f6 is mate. They've resigned it. Here we get to watch 111 Michael and Y both G. I think they are heavy favorites against Ding, but we'll see how it goes. So my apologies. This is an open arena. Ding has qualified in the challenger section. He has not yet qualified in the open. So he can try to qualify in the open with the same partner. And this seems like a weak field tonight, so there's a strong possibility that might happen. I think 111 Michael and Y both G are certainly favorites of the people currently entered. But top 4 teams qualify, so there are other opportunities for others as well. It's looking bad for Yu Shao Rose. This king is going to be very hard to defend. So probably we're going to see, yeah, pawn check. He goes down, a bishop will come in, or a pawn. Like bishop at g2. Don't like this bishop move as much. But I guess he was trying to feed 111 Michael, who has won here. Oh, Bughouse is in here. That's Blitzbullet. It's in with VJ Baker. We have at least 3 good teams. We'll stay on Chef's House for a few games. So Chef's House, for those who don't know, is Grandmaster Ding Liren, the immediately prior world champion of chess. In, I think, November, December, something like that, he lost his... he was not able to defend his title. But still an extremely strong chess player. And the interesting thing about his title defense was right after losing his title, he hopped on chess.com and was playing some Bughouse. So we may have another Bughouse addict on our fans, which is great to see. So mate in 1, knight at f4. So win for Ding's team. Hold on, Ding has a different partner. He was with Dion then. So maybe he and his partner did not understand how to stay partnered. Like you have to manually partner each other. I think when he lost the game, it unpartnered him. So he's going to have to figure out how to partner with his normal partner again. I think it's in the arena. Yeah, he partners Yu Shao Rose. Yu Shao Rose is in another game right now. So Ding needs to figure out how to partner Yu Shao Rose again. In the meantime, let's check out Bughouse and VJ Baker. They're playing Y both G and 111 Michael. So Bughouse is crushing, and they've resigned it. They're playing. Okay, so now they're playing against 111 Michael and Y both G against Chess House and Dion. I think Dion would be very pleased to qualify with the previous world champion. But I would imagine Chef House is trying to figure out how to partner his previous partner. Dion is being attacked. I don't think he's going to live very long here. Knight in his mate. Dion is mated immediately. Nice mate by Y-G. And the way arenas work, this should automatically unpartner Chef's House and Dion. Okay, we get Pagoo and BJ Baker against 111 Michael Y-G. So these are for sure going to be the top two teams. The question is, which team is going to be number 3 and number 4? And these are long arenas, so this arena is going to last an hour and a half, and we're only 7 minutes in. A lot of Bughouse left. Hugh is attacking. Yeah, you can't just step back. So nice mate by Pagoo. Just House not currently playing. Ladybug is in this arena. I think she's probably partnered again to the National Master, Mazzarioli. A lot of people don't seem to be getting paired here. Oh, Chef's House is in a game. Let's check out his game. Oh, he's still with Dion. Dion gets mate. Oh, Chef's House is back with Yushel Rose. So I'm glad he figured that out. This is who he wanted to partner. Playing against Pagoo of BJ Baker. Pagoo, his rating is listed at 1883. Don't let that fool you. Pagoo is a 2600 player, maybe 2700. He just basically, he switched accounts. This is his new main account. Old main account used to be Blitz Bullet, and then it was like R-Jazz, stuff like that. But most of us know him as Blitz Bullet. Yelin Wang. So Pagoo has already qualified, partnered to Little Plotkin. By the way, Little Plotkin is playing right now, but not in this arena. There's currently a high-level game going on with Little Plotkin and I think Little Plotkin and Larso versus who are they playing? Let me check. Oh, versus 12 Teen and Emerald, I think. That's even more high level than this, but all of them have already qualified, so they're not playing in this arena. Hey, Ominous Monkey. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was partnered on Twitch 4 years ago. And glad I was given this opportunity to elevate my stream level a bit more. So VJ Baker has a smothered mate on his board against Sting. Oh, I guess the game is over. Okay, we're looking at Pigoo, VJ Baker. There's Y-G and 111 Michael. So yeah, getting this bishop out is going to help the rook defend the back rank. And now that he's defended, he's going to start attacking. So there's a mate threat here with queen at f8. Can he get safe? I don't know if there is a way to get safe, to be honest. Every pawn is going to win a piece forever. The Y boss G is doing incredibly good here. And that's mate. Promote to rook. Nice mate by Y boss G. I think Bughouse underestimated Y boss G's attack. Alright, let's see. So Chef's House is in the game. Let's check out that game. And he's playing against Haggard Dion, who he was temporarily partnered with before. Ooh, I would have taken with bishop first, before the knight. Now a knight is very good for Haggard Dion. Don't think it's going to come. Haggard Dion asking for trades. Rook is also good. Rook or knight. I like this bishop move. This defends his bishop, keeps the threat of a knight mate, and his king is fairly safe. But Yushel Rose has mated Badgery. So both boards matter here. I'm going to check out 101 Michael. So I haven't seen this guy before. My dad is super attract. Looks like he's been around for a while though. And Arpia J, I think I've seen him in some other arenas. Quick mate for Y boss G. So Chef's House is currently in 3rd place. Unlikely to win against Bughouse and BJ Baker. They're just a very strong team. They know a lot about initiative here. Yushel Rose is getting attacked. Bughouse is fairly safe. And by the way, this pawn structure is kind of known as the Blitz Bullet because Blitz Bullet, otherwise known as Bughouse, he likes to castle. He likes to fianchetto his bishop, castle, and then push this pawn. And pushing this pawn is important because h6 is usually the weakest square when you're castled like that. But once he gets in this configuration, it's extremely hard to attack his king. So he gets his king super safe, usually takes a few moves, and after his king is super safe, then he could just sax it all he wants, knowing that his king will be safe forever. Pawn is very good for Bughouse. Queen mates as well. If the pawn didn't come, knight takes would be okay. Okay, now pawn mates with pawn check, then rook in. There's the pawn. And that's mate. Nice mate by Bughouse. We can check out 101 Michael, see what he's doing. Playing against Ladybug and Mazzarioli. Instead of bishop at g5, I think it was better off on h4, just because the same thing could have happened, but it would have been left in a more defensive position. Cover in f2. And that's mate. So we have our number 1 and number 2 team again. So this knight is under attack. If the knight were to move somehow, then knight check would be a maiden attack. Like right now, I don't think moving that knight was a good idea. Now knight is extremely good for Bagu. Bagu's going to wait for a knight because knight mates. Actually, he's down time. He can't wait. Okay, he's just going to take the pawn. Knight still mates, though. He might consider something like this. Sacking the queen to get the knight back in. Okay, his opponent's getting a bit of initiative. Oh, I don't know why you let that happen. Okay, well, Bagu has chosen to get safe. He might sack his queen here. No, he's going to save his queen for now. This covers up the rook. Still, I think sacking the queen would have been good. But he's choosing to keep his queen. And then the knight. Why both G trying to defend his position here. Oh, now queen mates for Michael. Knight wins queen. Michael's down time though. Can't wait for it. And choose to keep going. So Michael wants some trades. Either to attack or defend. This is a real threat. So if he doesn't attack, then he's going to be in trouble. This is hard to defend. Like he could retreat the queen, but I don't think it's going to work out well for him. Don't understand the point of this move. Can we just take that? Okay, he doesn't even need to. This is more forcing. Knight and rook mate for my dead super tract. He's not going to get them, so he's going to keep moving. Won a pawn in the process there. He's going to pick up the free bishop. I think taking with rook first was better. And this is why. I guess now that rook is hanging. There's no blocker here. Without a blocker, this is pretty dangerous. You have to move your king. And he can knight check. Okay. He gave him a blocker. I don't know why he did that. But, can we take that? Ooh, that's dangerous. Okay. Is he telling his partner to sit? I guess he is. So with no trades, he's okay. He has 10 seconds to get his king safe. And he's going to choose to attack. This is mate. Knight at check. Knight at g8. Also, bishop at f8 is mate. Nice mate. Alright, let's check out Chef's House. Chef's House is playing Pagoo and BJ Baker. This is going to be mate for Pagoo, reflecting the knight, and then queen at g1. Now we have BJ Baker versus 111 Michael. Why both G has sacked. Try to rip open f2. This king is in a little bit of danger. Queen mates him, a rook would be bad. Gave the rook. Gonna defend first. And now y both g is defended. Y both g is still safe. Trying to take some free material. Eventually a bishop will probably land on f2. This knight retreats somewhere, I mean. Or like where knight takes bishop, something like that. And bishop check. I think he has to give up this knight. Probably safest would be like pawn at f2. And they've resigned. That's a win for Michael's team. I guess Michael was waiting for a knight, which was forced. Now Michael's team is playing Ladybug's team. Michael picks up a free queen. And they continue to attack. So right now there's not smothered mate yet because the knight guards. Now there is smothered mate. So if knight takes, there's this mate. If rook takes, there's smothered mate. So that knight there actually didn't protect, like maybe he thought it did. Alright, I'm gonna refresh because I have that weird thing in the middle of the board. Okay, so we have a team of 2 national masters. Some Sun Club and Rapid Fuel from Canada, and LS Chess from the USA. Then against Y both G and Michael. Rook would mate. Oh, but the queen mates in the corner. Michael mates first. Now we got the top 2 teams playing again. Michael snags a free pawn. BJ Baker puts pressure on f3. I like this knight move. It guards some key squares. Maybe pawn in. Now he's trying to snag a knight, I guess. I still like pawn in. Now he's going for the queen. I don't know if that's fast enough. If I'm VJ Baker, I would think about giving up this queen to attack. Queen trade offered. VJ Baker has a pretty crushing position, but a queen does mate him. So Bughouse needs to hold his queen. And 2 diagonals would win the queen. Bughouse is up time though, so Bughouse is going to stall. Discovered check. Very nice. Alright, so now knight check. I think knight at h3 was a little better. If you were going to do this though, you put knight on the other side, I think queen should have come in when the king was on f1. I think VJ Baker missed a mate here. The goose king in a little bit of trouble. But why both G down on time? You attacking, trying to pick up a queen. Does the queen do anything? I'm not sure what the idea is. Maybe queen at d3 could be interesting. Okay. Are we thinking queen takes? If knight takes, we have rook takes. So I guess that ended up being a free queen. We consider pawn at d3 here. Can you get away with it? Maybe not. It's not fast enough because of pawn check. Pawn check, king over, rook in, rook takes, take. Another pawn and promote. So VJ Baker needs to check or he needs to defend. No time for a weighted move. Someone has matched me to 10-minute chess. Let's go over to his profile. I'm going to go ahead and block this guy. Then we will decline the match request. Go fuck yourself. Alright, so a knight mates here for 101 on Michael. There's a knight, and that's mate. So nice job, Y-G, grabbing that knight. Alright, now we're playing against Chef's House. Chef's House is Ding Liren, our immediate former world champion. Y-G is attacking. He gave up d4 though, which is maybe not so smart. So trying to undermine this knight. If the knight moves away, then e4 will be free for Y-G to put his own knight. I don't like what Yushal Rose is doing. I think he's just hanging pieces here. I guess in theory he wants a knight or a rook for c8. Okay, this move has a purpose. You would try to win a queen. King doesn't really mate one Michael though. He's safe enough. So Michael's staying safe and on the attack. Oh, king up. Okay, now a rook is extremely good for Yushal Rose. I don't think a rook is forthcoming though. I mean, in theory, yeah, no, this looks fine. They're up 30 seconds. So probably Michael is going to stall until his partner is safe. It should be easy enough for his partner to get safe. Oh, this is a very strong move though. This can promote to knight. I guess it could also promote to queen, but promoting to knight is more forcing. I would have considered knight takes rook before. If the queen takes, then the knight can come out this way. Alright, but Michael wins that one. Now we get Ding playing against VJ Baker. Bughouse has sacked on Yushal Rose. He's probably going to play knight takes bishop, I would assume. Jeff's house is on the attack. I think BJ Baker should be able to withstand the onslaught. Looks fine for VJ Baker. I'm mystified what Pagoo is waiting for. Finally, we take the bishop. Oh, whoa. I like bishop at g2 here. Seems like Pagoo is just kind of trading for his partner. Oh, Pagoo gets mate. Nice mate. Let's check the stand-ins real quick. So number 1 and number 2 are running away with it. 111 Michael and Y both G in first place. Pagoo and BJ Baker second place. Chef's House and Yushel Rose in third place. Agridian has not had a set partner. He's had random partners. And kind of goes downhill from there. I guess Heart BOJ and My Dad is Super Attract would probably be in fourth place right now. All right. Let's check out Michael. Hey, chicken. Yeah, chicken. Ding is playing in this arena too. Oh, there's Ding right there. Ding Loren. The Ding already qualified in the challenger section, and he looks poised to qualify in the open section as well. So I like the development of Y both G and Yusha Rose. I assume we're going to see bishop f7, queen takes. That's 2 pieces for a queen, which is reasonable in Bughouse. An even trade. I would just take this free pawn. Now Yusha Rose is in a wee bit of trouble. Yeah, that's a free queen. It's attacking the knight, also threatening knight in. Y plus G seems to have a pretty commanding position here. This is covered, by the way. Maybe not covered anymore. But Michael gets mate. So Michael Y plus G on a streak of 9. Pagoo BJ Baker on a streak of 3. Presumably they'll play against each other fairly soon, and at least one of them will get off streak. Let's check out Pagoo. See how their game's going. Hey Santos. Okay, that's his king. Pagoo needs a rook to mate. 2 different places. The fourth knight would also mate. He might have mate even without that stuff. Does he have mate even with just bishops? Oh, well, knight could have taken that and probably should have. So that was probably a blunder. by Harpia J. But here you can throw some bishop checks in, or pawn check and bishop check, something like that. Doing okay. Pawn check. You can promote to knight. So that came down to the wire, but we got a mate by Bughouse. Now they're playing against Ladybug's team. Ladybug's team looks like they only scored 4 arena points so far. And we are 35 minutes into the arena. Yeah, tough field in the open section. Time is an issue, yeah. Probably bishop out. That's mate. Oh, we got Bughouse Lad and DBB. They qualified in the previous arena. Looks like they're trying to get more practice in. Hey, Jenny Noob. Yeah, Jenny Noob, the open section is very tough. BJ already qualified, yeah. And Bughouse Lad and CBB already qualified. Bughouse already qualified, I think. Or maybe Bughouse didn't qualify. That's a good question. Did Bughouse qualify? I guess not. Who would he have played with? Because 12 team played with Plotkin. So I'm not sure if Bughouse was qualified yet. So it's possible that VJ Baker might like this partner better than his other one. I think VJ Baker qualified with Y Both G. And Y Both G is currently playing with Michael in this tournament. So nice mate by Bughouse. Alright, so only 5 games played so far by Bughouse Lad and ZBB. Meanwhile, the top team has played 22 games. That's a big discrepancy. Let's check out Ding, see how he's doing. Oh, never mind. We're going to watch Bughouse again. Knight mates for VJ Baker. There's a knight currently in take. This queen is currently in take. So you could trade the queen, put a new queen in, and bishop takes. Or even pawn check first, then bishop takes. Yeah, let queen at h5, then pawn at g6, and then pawn takes rook. Bishop takes rook, I mean. Okay. Let's check out Ding's game. Someone has added me somewhere. What's going on? Okay, Y plus G is attacking. It seems like a maiden attack. I think if the queen comes in, you can put a new queen in. Oh, this is even better. Knight check, and then queen at e3. Michael's going to wait. His partner's going to mate. Nice mate. Now we have Pagoo, BJ Baker versus Michael and Y plus G. The first place team versus the second place team. Y plus G is very aggressively attacking. I like knight at g2 instead of bishop in. But still nice position for Y plus G. Now a knight is really good for Pagoo. Probably mates. He's not going to wait for it. You can't take that. You have to walk out. I think before this knight check, pawn at c3 should have been played. That would have mated for Y plus G. So Y plus G just missed a mate there. This is going to be mate for Pagoo. Pagoo's team has won that one. Have we seen Bughouse Lad in a while? How are they doing? Where are they? Did they withdraw or something? Oh, here they are. Yeah, let's check them out. They're playing the Ladybug team. Looks like Silent Scope, otherwise known as ZZB, has mate. Knight at c7. It's a win. Bughouse Lad versus Pagoo. Each of these games is going to get Pagoo closer to his actual rating. Pagoo is still underrated by like 700 points. There was a previous tournament run by chess.com, the Variance Community Series, where Pagoo came in there and people didn't realize that he was Blitz Bullet, and his rating was like 1400, and he was just smashing all of the 2500s. And some people complained after the tournament that he wasn't using his main account. But what he had done is he had gotten a new account, which became his new main account. So he was allowed to use that because that was his official main account. But he still hasn't played enough Bughouse on this account that his rating, so his rating hasn't got to normal. I assume bishop takes knight. Yeah, you get the queen in. Pawn in. Go after this knight. He still needs some diagonals. Oh, offering a queen trade. That's a little adventurous. The two queens are going to be good for ZZB. I think BJ Baker needs to go all in attacking because it's going to be really hard for BJ Baker to defend. In the meantime, Bughouse Lad seems to be attacking himself. Bughouse Lad down time though. He does need to worry about this e3 square. How does he get his king safe? I don't know, there is a way to do that. Oh god. I hate how every time a new game pops out, it opens up the tourney standings. I don't care at all about the tourney standings. Okay, so Bagoo is playing against Ladybug now, attacking the castled king, going for those light squares. Going to be very hard for her to defend. Because the key to defending a castled king like this is need to play quickly and get up time. They're down so much time that Bagoo can get any piece he wants forever. Bagoo just took a free knight and is continuing that attack. And there's going to be some other mate with BJ Baker, so they've resigned it. Oh, Dark Shrine is in this arena. Dark Shrine is already qualified with a previous partner. But I guess he's just getting some practice. We are about halfway through the arena, 45 minutes left. Oh gosh. Not unfollow so we don't get more random pop-ups. Knight mates, there's the knight. Some other mate. Alright, let's who do we want to watch? Let's check out Ding, see how he's doing. Playing against Ladybug's team. Yushel Rose trying to attack with initiative. Oh, that's mate in one. Yushel Rose gets mate on Ladybug. Ladybug needs to prioritize defense more. Now they're playing against Bagoo and VJ Baker. I like Chef House's development, but speed not so much. I don't like F3. He's creating some dark squared weaknesses in his position. VJ Baker's going to exploit those. I don't like taking H2. Instead, I would have taken E5 since it was defended two other ways. I think that would have been a nice continuation of the attack. Hey E, welcome in. VJ Baker probably wants a knight for F5. There's a knight. Now a bishop is quite good. Pawns are good as well. I think he'd prefer a bishop. Suppose a knight could be good too. Knight at G4. Pawn takes, knight takes. Could lead to queen trades. Right now Pagoo is in trouble though, so that's probably not great for them at the present moment. I think they're gonna wait and let Pagoo defend. Oh, I would have taken the bishop first. But okay, he's threatening mate in one. Hard to defend. I guess it works out due to the time situation. Chef's house is attacking. I like pawn at h6 here. Try to undermine those dark squares. Okay, instead he's going to try to undermine this knight to potentially attack f6 later. This is okay. I'm not quite sure about this queen move. I mean, I see the logic of it. Attacking two things, but it's easy enough to defend. I would come over here. Okay, he's trying to... I hate that move. I would have grabbed h7 for sure. He did trade a lot, benefit in his partner, but king over is actually okay because knight guards f7, so there's no smothered mate like there usually would be. If knight takes knight would be a thing. I don't much like what Yusha Rose is doing. I think he's gonna lose pieces in the process here. Again, I would play knight takes knight here. For sure. I hate this pawn move. Knight takes knight is the way. Need to get rid of this knight that is defending f7. Okay, he's holding on. There's a mate threat with the smothered mate. If Yusha Rose ever doesn't check, it's going to be immediate death. Chef's house has pawns on the 7th. This is looking pretty nice for Chef's house. Yusha Rose just needs to live. That's going to be tough to do. One more rook will mate though. Okay, I would just go all in, just take, and it runs out of time. Yeah, I think Yusha Rose should have just kept checking there. Chef's house was completely winning. Okay, now they're playing Michael and Y both G. Michael picks up a free pawn. Michael looking to push here. Y both G is attacking. A lot of trades have happened. Okay, Michael's gonna attack a lot here. Rook will mate for him. I don't like that move. If you're gonna check, you might as well do it on f6 to pick up a free piece. I guess this wins though. I guess that's mate. So he probably did it just because it was shorter, it took less moves. I would pay the way that wins more pieces, but same difference. All right, now we get to see Aziz BB and Bughouse Lad. Aziz BB and Bughouse Lad have already qualified the previous arena. They're getting more arena practice. Well, they're getting more Bughouse practice in. One thing that I don't think Ding and his partner have grasped quite yet is how important it is to be uptime. And I tend to put less stock in the advantages of being uptime than a lot of Bughouse players, but even I recognize it a little bit more than these guys. Um, it's the diagonal clocks that matter. So, for example, Chef House clock versus Bughouse Lad's clock. And if Chef House were up on Bughouse Lad, then if they both stall, Chef House could force Bughouse Lad to move, so that his partner Yusha Rose could take a piece for him, and vice versa. That Chef's House could force Bughouse Lad to move, so that Yusha Rose can get a good attack and Bughouse Lad could not defend. So being uptime helps for attacking and for defending. It helps you control the piece flow. But it seems like Chef's House and Yusha Rose are always downtime. It's an unfortunate situation to be in. This knight is a bit hard to defend. He's just going to give it up. So that was a free piece for Bughouse Lad. Bughouse Lad has given up his rook, but he has a pretty strong attack here. That forces a queen trade. The queen trade could potentially mate for him. I guess it doesn't. Knight is now really good to win a queen. Knight takes pawn. Knight takes queen. We can come in. I guess that was poorly timed, it turns out, because now Bughouse Lad is getting attacked. And so is ZBB. Looks like it's going to go to the Chef House team. Although they might try to flag Yusha Rose. Oh, that's mate. Nice mate by Bughouse Lad. Game in clutch. You see Haggard Dion and Dark Shrine. So we're at the 1 hour mark, which means we have a half an hour left in the arena. This is Bughouse World Championship qualifiers. This is the open section, meaning any rating. There's also a challenger section, which is a lower section where your best has to be under 2200. There are 8 arena qualifiers. This is arena number 5. So we're going to have 3 open arenas left after this. Like Dion takes a knight. That's a little bit greedy. And Chess House was able to fork off a queen. Chess House continuing to attack. Dark Shrine has a pretty nice attack though. Yusha Rose does not have a good attack. So Dark Shrine is looking for initiative. He's willing to give up a piece in order to keep that initiative. Yusha Rose wants a pawn in order to keep initiative, like pawn at e7. Now he's going to defend. And pieces are great for Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine picks up a free queen. Still has a good attack. Tiger Dion is asking his partner to stall. I don't really know why, to be honest. I mean, I guess a rook is bad for him. Maybe that's why. With rook at d1. Oh, there's a mate threat. Knight check is mate. And there it is. All right, how are we doing? Still a fight at the top between Bughouse and Michael. Michael on a 7-game streak. Bughouse Lad and ZVB catching up. They've played far less games than Chef House, but they're still pretty close to surpassing them. I think they will surpass them in the next few games. BJ Baker marching old Harry the H-Pawn up the file. Rook mates for BJ Baker. Don't think that will come, but you never know. BJ Baker, yeah, might as well take that rook. Oh, this is going to be a pretty nice attack. Wow. Discovered attack with the rook. Queen is hanging, but it's fine. Yeah, this is going to be mate real quick. I mean, a knight mates immediately. I guess he's going to continue to move, though. And they've resigned it. Yeah, they were up a massive amount of time, like 30 seconds. So could have waited for the knight. And now Chef's House playing Michael and Y both G. Looks like Y both G has sacked on Yishao Rose. Getting this king out. Yishao Rose is defending. Not in any immediate danger. But again, Harry the H-Pawn has pushed his way up and penetrated. I think knight at G4 could have been a thing before. And there it is. The idea here is queen takes queen and then rook takes rook. Or vice versa. Okay. Y both G penetrated the back rank. That's a nice attack. How has Ding and his partner played a different number of games in the arena? Great question. So you can either manually partner someone or you can be randomly partnered. If you are manually partnered, you should stay with your partner the whole time unless they manually unpartner you. So that's what you like to see. You like to be manually partnered. If for some reason your partner like disconnects and is unavailable, sometimes it assigns you to another partner. Or if your partner unpartners you manually, then you're assigned to another partner. That could have happened. Another thing that could have happened is he might have not partnered him correctly. And if he didn't partner him correctly, so if you just randomly partner in the arena, then what happens is the first time you lose a game, it will give you another partner. And then you'll be with that partner until you guys lose another game. And then it'll assign you a different partner. And that's the way arenas work on chess.com, which is pretty dumb, but it's just the way it is. So it's, from my perspective, when I was watching Ding here, it seemed to assign him a different partner when he lost the game. So I don't think he correctly partnered Yishao Rose in the first place. So it treated them as if they were random partners instead of manual partners, which again meant that as soon as they lost the game, it manually sent a different one. And then they played a few games separately with other partners and did differently well. and then they partnered each other again and figured out how to do it correctly. But they haven't had any problems for the last 40 minutes or so. I like what Chef's House is doing here. This is a pretty strong move, though, that potentially wins the knight. And he doesn't even want to take the knight yet. Now he's taking the knight. Yeah, VJ Baker just has a lot more experience. Oh, this is a smothered mate. Even though the queen covers, rook takes, knight takes, queen takes, knight takes. It's going to be a smothered mate. So yeah, VJ Baker, 2600 at Bughouse. He just has a lot more experience than Chef's House. Once Chef's House plays as many games as VJ Baker has, he's going to be similarly good. But Chef's House is relatively new at this. Thanks for the follow from EEE. Really appreciate it. All right. So it'd be nice to watch a game with Bughouse Lad again. All right. Well, let's check this Michael game first. So Michael is pinning the knight. Michael trading some pieces. Yusha Rose looks like he's going to be on the attack here. I like this pawn push. I do this sort of thing a lot. Now, if he had a knight, then pawn here would be good, because then if we take a knight, it win stuff. But he didn't have a knight. Oh, wow. Y both G is sacking, it looks like. Oh, he's maybe trying to get a rook for his partner or something like that. Y both G has more pieces to work with. He's trying to get more pieces on the board. That potentially wins a knight, as the queen supports it. Oh, also new knight in is going to be very good. There's also just mate. Knight check, pawn takes, rook in. So mate in two. Knight check, pawn takes knight, rook in is mate. So nice mate by Y both G. Alright. I don't see any games from Bughouse Lad here right now. Let's watch Bagoo, see how he's doing. Oh, Homeless Patcher partnered with Dark Shrine. I think Dark Shrine was randomly partnered before. So, I'm not sure if they're randomly partnered or if they've manually partnered each other. But Dark Shrine was randomly partnered earlier in this arena. I don't think they're trying to qualify or anything like that. They're just trying to get some games in. That's made him one. Supported by the knight. Alright, now we get Bagoo versus Y both G and Michael. BJ Baker getting his knight in there. Oh, that's a free queen. We take those. BJ Baker has a very nice attack. This is going to be maiden for sure. They've resigned it. So Michael definitely screwed up there. BJ Baker is extremely aggressive. It seems like a lot of people aren't getting games, and I'm not sure why. Maybe they've left the arena. We have about 18 minutes left in the arena. Bagoo, VJ Baker, and a streak of 7. Looks like no one else is on streak right now. Alright, let's check out Chef's house. Let's see his game. So trying to fork some pieces. But the queen can come in. Probably should come in. Queen check. Up. You could even take the pawn after that. I hate this move. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't hate the move. The bishop defends. I'm stupid. So don't want to hang the queen. My fault. Maybe knight in. Okay. Don't really understand these moves so much. But Yusha Rose, like he's attacking. He's also being attacked. Oh, he took the rook. That's a little bit greedy. I'm not sure if he can live through this. Rook mates. I mean, not immediately, but in a few moves here. As Harpia might just be waiting for the rook. Not sure what else he can do here. There's a rook. Okay, I would have moved the knight instead, but this is fine, I guess. I mean, it's not as good as if you had moved the knight. Alright, so mate in 1. Nice mate. He also had knight at a7. Possibility. There were a bunch of different mates there. Now we have Ding is playing against BJ Baker. That is a sack. We're probably going to see queen takes bishop, to be honest. Oh, apparently not. Okay, now knight takes pawn and knight mates. Knight at g6, followed by pawn check. And this is just a matter of pattern recognition. I don't think Ding was familiar with that pattern because he hasn't played a lot of Bughouse. Queen trade on offer. Hagridian is getting attacked. There's a threat of mate in 1. Gotta watch out for this. Now knight mates in 2. Bughouse is attacking the knight. Takes the other knight. And that's mate. Bughouse getting sacked on. But Bughouse is so quick that he can get away with this and just defend. Because the slower you move, the more your opponents get. The faster you move, the less your opponents get. That makes it much easier to defend if you move fast. Quick mate by BJ Baker with that queen. Alright, is CCB not playing with Bughouse Lad? Oh, now he's playing with Chicken. That's interesting. Okay. It's like Chicken has joined the arena. Chicken is already qualified with another partner, and they're not going to have enough games together to qualify. But Chicken is very familiar with Silent Scopes. ZCB was Silent Scope on the 300 chess server. They're very familiar with each other's playing style. I have a funny story about this. Um, back on the free internet chess server, which had Bughouse long before chess.com existed. I played there for like 15 years or so. Um, on the free internet chess server, I like to simul. So I would play both boards at Bughouse. And a lot of players weren't willing to simul me. But Chicken and Silent Scope were willing to simul me. So frequently they would partner each other and simul me. And individually, they're both way better than I am. So they were favored to just win every game, and I shouldn't have won a single game ever. Um, but when they were playing against me, they would troll. So, hold on, let me unfollow, and then we're gonna follow Chicken and Silent Scope for a bit. So what they would do is they would just try to take all my pieces. And there was a game when Chicken and Silent Scope, they took literally all of my pieces. And what Silent Scope did was he promoted all of his pawns to bishops. So he had, like 32 bishops on his board. And what Chicken did was he walked his king all the way over to the other side of the board. And then he started setting up his pieces on the other side of the board, like the black pawns over here, the black rook here, black knight here, etc. Like he set up like his whole pieces on the other side of the board. And my king was like in the middle of the board, just like moving back and forth, like, why aren't they mating me? Because basically I would like never resign. And then I actually got in a position where I had mate in one on Chicken, because the pawns were moving this way, and they're black pawns, and I was white and I had a knight, and I had mate with knight at e3 mate, and I had one knight in hand. That was probably the most hilarious game I've played. I was playing against Chicken and ZBB at that point. I guess ZBB isn't partnered with Chicken anymore. Now he's with RFK Invasion. So he must have been just randomly in there. Looks like Pagoo is going to get mate pretty quickly here. Nice mate by Pagoo. I have about 10 minutes left in the arena. 14 streak for Pagoo. They're clear first place. Right now, second place is Michael. Third place is Chef's House. It looks like Chef's House probably going to qualify. Okay, here we see Chef's House against ZBB. I'm not sure why Yusho Rose has pushed this pawn out here. Seems like a pretty useless pawn. It is restricted to knight, but not doing much else. They've traded queens. CBB seems to be attacking more, so that probably benefits him. Queen trade on offer. Has to be accepted or this knight will fall. RFK Invasion's playing pretty awful though. Despite having a huge developmental advantage because of this crazy pawn move that accomplishes nothing, he's just going to give away pieces. BBB is attacking. Bishop check, probably good. Oh, I would have dropped it here so bishop could have taken and then defended d7. Would have been less risky. Queen trade on offer. Okay, you shall Rose is the one attacking now, though. So made him one threat. Pawn checking doesn't do very much. Might draw the king out, but nothing going on here. This rook actually does a decent job defending. Without this rook, there would be a mate threat. Two knights would have made at this point, but that's not going to happen. So it's going to take the bishop. Right now, this is defended. You can just drop a bishop. There's still a mate threat. So trying to cut the queen off from defending the square. If he doesn't notice this, then new knight in would be good. But he does notice. I think you can pawn check, then pawn check on b5. This is actually a win for RFK invasion. Pawn on b5, or pawn on d5, but I liked b5 a little better. Problem is ZBB needs to figure out a way to defend. And she's very close to mate. Oh, I don't know about this one. Maybe it's okay. A diagonal would be really good for RFK invasion. So chef's house probably going to stall before giving that. Giving up this queen. Very close to maiden. Rook check. Rook check would mate. Wow. Okay, Chef House playing against the Ladybug team. Hey, Dark Nightshade. Yeah, Dark Nightshade. On the Freenet chess server, you had the ability to save games that were interesting. It was called a journal there. And I have that game saved on my profile. So it's something I could always pull up at some point, and you could see all the moves that led to it. But you can see they're basically trolling. They're taking all my pieces. And as I said on an earlier stream, Silent Scope, who's ZBB, I also partnered him in an over-the-board tournament, and we finished second. Queen made him one. Also a rook mates for his partner. Well, not anymore. That's a good defense. Maybe knight takes pawn could be a thing. Try to get this bishop going. Why isn't this working? I would play knight takes pawn here. Okay. He's not trying to get as fancy as I would. Looking pretty good for you, Shot Rose. I don't think Ladybug's going to live through this. Now you can just use pawns to come in. And that's mate for Chef's house. Okay. Oh, chicken's playing. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, chicken was playing. The top team stopped playing. Don't see games going on right now. Alright, I guess let's watch Chef's House again. Playing against Hager Dion and Dark Shrine. I think Dark Shrine is actually fairly safe. Isha Rose being attacked a bit. Agridion for now is surprisingly safe. So Isha Rose is probably the least safe of all four of them. Now Hagridion on the attack. Chess House looking less safe than before. Knight check will win a bishop. There's the knight. I assume we're going to take the free bishop. I guess he wouldn't hold on to it long anyway, though, because after that, there's bishop check to pick it up again. So maybe not worth doing. It could be better to just keep attacking after this instead of taking the bishop. Or you could just do an intermezzo move, just pawn in to defend. Well, now you could take the bishop, then pawn in at c5. Then if he takes the knight, you're going to have an attack going. And I would take that bishop. You could bring this knight back, potentially. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. I think just queen in here. Then you have knight takes pawn, potentially. Well, pawn check first. Pawn check, knight takes pawn, queen in is mate. Knight takes pawn. Okay, he missed mate. But Dark Shrine got mate on his board. Playing Ladybug. Yeah, there's only 30 seconds left. This game is not going to finish. Going to be aborted. Knight check. Again, this game will be aborted, though. I should unfollow. Alright, game aborted, arena over. And there we have final standings. In first place, Pagoo and VJ Baker, both national masters, with 40 wins out of 44 games, 145 arena points. Second place, 111 Michael and national master Y Both G, with 35 wins out of 46 games for 113 arena points. Third place, Chef's House and Yushel Rose. And there were a few games when they weren't partnered to each other. But I think the games they were partnered to one another, probably around 16.5 out of 37. Maybe 15.5 out of 37. For 42 arena points. Even if they lose a couple points there, that still puts them in clear third place. Haggard Dion played with a bunch of different partners, so it does not qualify with any particular partner. Then in fourth place, we have Harpia J and My Dad is Super Attract, with 15 wins out of 43 games, 36 arena points. In fifth place, we have Bughouse Lad and ZBB And I think Bughouse Lad dropped out at some point and ZBB kept playing. But with Bughouse Lad, they had 11 wins out of 17 games with 28 arena points. So this is how things went. Chicken entered at the last minute. All right. I'm gonna check to see if they are still playing in the house Discord server. I guess not. When we started this stream, there were a bunch of people playing a high-level Bughouse game, but that must have ended. All right, we're gonna look for someone to raid. If anyone has any suggestions, please let me know. I know earlier, Jenny Noob had suggested raiding Chest Sharks, and at the time I found a Bughouse streamer, so I did not raid Chest Sharks. Sorry about that. Let me see if Chest Sharks is still streaming. I don't believe they are. So I think we'll have to raid them another time. Hey, Ominous Monkey. Thanks for watching. All right. So since they're not here, who do we want to raid? I think we can go to filter and spam. That's probably the move. All right, let's send you all to filter and spam. Filter and spam likes to play bullet. And it's pretty strong at bullet and pays attention to her chat. So show her some love, drop her a follow. And I will see you for the next arena, which I believe is going to be tomorrow. So there are 3 more open arenas tomorrow, and there's 1 more challenger arena, and I'm going to try to stream all of them. And hopefully I'll be able to do that. Congratulations to the winners of this arena, and thanks to everyone who played in the arena. It was a lot of fun watching you, and thanks to everyone who showed up in the chat here. Have a great night, everyone. Bye, guys.